Taurus. All right, Taurus. Let's do this shit. Taurus. This is for Taurus for June 2021. I'm tuning into you, Taurus. Tuning in. It's kind of an eerie calm going on. What's happening with you? I'm going to start with this beautiful deck. If you cannot, it's hard to see. Art Through the Starstream Oracle. It's a gorgeous deck. And then her sister is going to join us. Oops. So this one is Art Through the Eyes of the Soul Oracle. And then we'll get a final message from the Messenger Oracle from the animal spirit world. But let's start with these beautiful cards. I love the gold trim on these. So I'm going to do a simple 9-card spread. 3 past, 3 present, 3 future. Very recent past, very near future, okay? Focusing on the June energies for Taurus specifically. And so, yeah, let's do this. So I'm going to ask for just some first overall messages for past, present, and future for Taurus for June. Please, Spirit, in their highest good, always and only. I don't know, I got a song in my head. All right. My glasses, it's late, y'all. My glasses just are not staying on my face. So if we're going to do the librarian. We're just going to go with it if they slide down. So, alrighty. And forgive my voice as well. Past, present, future, please. Past, present, future. All right. So I'm probably going to use those again. So past, dance your troubles away, number 46. I always say the numbers in case that means anything for anybody. The present, don't take anything for granted, number 19, and it shows the Grail King. We're going to expand on these, don't worry. The near future, create the pathways, number 42. Okay, oh my God, I love that. I'm going to start with the recent past, though. So the recent past, you have really been in a pretty decent place considering. There's a lot going on. I get it. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot happening in everybody's energy fields. Okay. You're not alone if you're feeling kind of roller coaster emotions, just kind of lots of, I know a lot of people that I talk to, random lightheadedness, random, anxiety. It's all, the new energies coming in, okay? But this dance your troubles away is beautiful. It also shows a native, which I love. I feel like that's a message too. And then the snowy, that's Mount Shasta, I'm pretty sure. That is Mount Shasta there in the background with some cloaked ships hovering above. Lenticular clouds. It actually is called lenticular dancing. This lovely native woman is dancing beneath the lenticular clouds. These are called lenticular, if you didn't know that. Learn that in school. But yeah, they didn't exist pretty much when I was a kid, like kid, young. And then all of a sudden they're super common. It's interesting, isn't it? So anyway, dance your troubles away. I do feel like this is the recent past, right? So I do feel like the message that's coming through is you've been in a decent place. You've been in a kind of that sweet spot between integration and the next breakthrough. Okay. So you know what that means. I hate to say it. You know what that means, Taurus, that you're probably coming up to a breakthrough. I would imagine. I want to try to, okay, so this is the present, right? And again, whenever you're watching this, don't hold any readings you listen to on YouTube or anywhere. Don't hold anything to time and place. Energy is not bound to time and space, time and space. And so you could be listening to this in late May. I'm doing it in late May. You could be listening to it in May. And if you're already feeling some of this, then you're already feeling it. Don't worry about the dates. Okay. But just know that I tuned into overall around June energies, okay, for 2021. So let's see, the Grail King, don't take anything for granted. Number 19. So current energies. Yeah. So you're in, okay. So this is what's coming through is you've been in this kind of feeling better than you did before. Okay. So maybe just in the last week or so, even honestly, even just the last few days, but the last week, I think the close to the last week, you've been feeling better. You've been feeling like you're coming out of your funk. Yay. That's great. So again, probably coming up to a breakthrough. Breakthroughs don't always have to be tower moments, right? I don't want anybody to freak out. But this beautiful king is kneeling in the water. The Grail King, that is, I'm just going to intuitively, there's a ray of light coming in. There's what are you trying to tell me, dude? Because I think I'm so excited about that future card that I'm having trouble. Okay. So current energies, don't take anything. I'm going to ignore those words and I'm just going to look at the picture. Yeah. So what's going on in your energy right now is you're preparing. You're grounding a lot. You're just naturally. I'm not saying you're even doing it intentionally. You might be, and that's great. But you are very grounded, and you are basically being prepared for the next uptick in energy. Okay, for the next little step in evolution within your energy. Okay, so you're definitely calling out for help. Again, not consciously, but you're calling in all your guides to be very present and close to you now. And they absolutely are. I mean, this is, they're showing up in a big way. In fact, what I'm seeing is they're showing up in a bigger way than they ever have before. And this is you getting ready to take action. Okay. The divine masculine is all about confidence, courage, and action, going, doing, moving, okay, doing something. And you've been in this kind of sweet, beautiful kind of, maybe not completely, if you don't completely resonate with it, but I think you've been feeling pretty good the last week or so. And you've been kind of celebrating that, or just kind of trying to revel in it, trying to enjoy it, right? And so now that's recent past, right? So now you kind of feel like you're digging your heels in a little bit. Is that the right phrase? It's grounding, digging your heels in. I guess that is kind of resistance. What I mean to say is, digging into your new foundations that you're creating, digging into your own energy, okay? And preparing yourself for the next wave, really, okay? So this divine masculine, you're getting ready to act, you're getting ready to do something. And so you've been in this beautiful creation phase where you've just been kind of dancing around and enjoying it and integrating, but it's also a huge, it's allowing more light to come in, right? And so, yeah, this ray of light definitely. So I look how he's in the forefront, right? Back here is, I want to say, higher self and this beam of light coming in. Okay. So he's getting ready to stand up and go, even though it may seem like backwards, it's really, he's going to go back to that beam. He's going to go toward his higher self and toward this beam of light coming in, which contains, new codes, new information for the next step. Okay. So currently, Taurus, you are preparing to take your next step. Okay. And that's okay to be in a preparation kind of energy. You've been feeling better. Thank God. You're feeling stronger. You're feeling strong enough to take up the sword, not as a warrior, not fighting anymore. Okay. We're not in that energy anymore, but to take action. Okay. In your own path. So that's beautiful. Near future, very near future, create the pathways. But what I like the most about this, besides the tour there in the background, see the tour? That's in Glastonbury, Avalon, Camelot, whatever you want to think of it as. But that tour still stands in Glastonbury, England, and it's beautiful. But create the pathways, Ellen of the Ways. 42, though. 42, if you don't know, is the meaning of life, is whatever you want life to be. What it translates to is life can be whatever you want it to be. You create it. That's what 42 means. So you're coming into this energy like you're getting ready to, here's the story. Okay, you were having some downtime, some much needed downtime where you were just doing things that fed your soul. Maybe intimate, personal, more, not like, yes, our mission feeds our soul, but I'm talking about more self-care, things that feed your soul, and just kind of enjoying feeling a little better. Okay. Coming out of the funk. Now you're stronger and you feel ready to start preparing for the next step. And that is going to bring you into more awareness of manifesting the life that you want, right? More manifesting, literally, more being able to create what you want. And I love the look on her face. Look at the look on her face. She's like, "Are you coming?" Like that's what she's like, you're coming, right? Here we go. Let's go. So it's a little hesitant. I feel like it's a little hesitant. You're going to ease into it. Baby steps is totally fine, right? We know that. And we don't have to jump off the cliff all the time. We can get a rope and climb down. We don't have to jump all the time. Leaps of faith are important, but not all the time. Sorry, I'm blind. What is that? That is very interesting. Look, the constellation. I'm gonna break my usual protocol. I have got to look this up because what I love about Cheryl Yombrock Rose is she puts in her books of all of her decks. She only has 2, but what the paintings mean, and I have to find out what's going on here. Oh my gosh, I almost opened right to the page. So the meaning of this, I'm just going to go ahead and read it because I feel like I was called to the book for a reason. Be the facilitator for others to follow. So this is a beautiful near future message, right? This is where you're going to be facilitating for others. Maybe that's what you're getting ready to act on, is maybe you have a spiritual business and you're getting ready to do a class, or maybe you're a Reiki master and you're getting ready to learn a new modality or break away from Reiki. A lot of us are doing that where, Reiki is beautiful and was beautiful and effective in 3D. Now we're being called to connect to a higher level of healing energy, okay? Above Reiki. Reiki is limited. It was limited, but it was perfect for 3D. And I don't want anybody to, no hate messages, please. This is all my perspective. If you don't agree, I really don't give a shit. But that's what a lot of us are seeing. So whatever you're expanding upon, whatever you're getting ready to act upon, it includes being a facilitator for others to follow. Use discernment and marking out that path. Okay, that makes sense why her face is like that. She's like, what are you doing? Like her face looks like she's not sure what you're doing. And I think it's more like, be careful. And so again, here, baby steps I think is really important, but I want to find out what this constellation is. Let's see. It does say, yeah, just make sure you're going in the positive direction, right? It's not that hard. It's not that hard. If you have a choice to make and both of them are leading towards something positive, then the point here is to make a choice and go. It really isn't. The point is not to make the right choice. Sorry, I don't have my other hand free. Right choice. The point is to make a choice, because if they're both positive, if you can't really discern one more positive than the other, then they're both going to get, either one is going to get you there. Okay. So, but when you are stuck and can't make a decision or won't make a decision, because you can't figure out which one is better, that's worse than choosing possibly the wrong one, which would really just be kind of a longer way around, right? But they're both going to get you there, okay? And if you go down one way, decisions are really easier than people make them out to be. So if, let's say you make a decision and you're going down and you realize, oh my God, this was not the right, guess what? You can still choose the other one somehow. If the other one is gone, which sometimes that does happen, then just hang in there because another fork in the road is coming. Okay. I promise you. So let's see. I want to see what this, Ellen of the Ways has a long enigmatic history going back to the Paleolithic era. She is the antlered goddess, if you can see it, linked to the celestial swan of the star system Sirius. So that's a swan. And that's what I thought. And that's really interesting, because that is actually my maiden name, is Swanson. And it looked like a swan. Okay. In recent times, underground particle detectors have determined that the star Cygnus X3 is emitting cosmic rays directly at Earth that penetrate deep underground. What? That's what they're showing there. That's what this card is showing. See that? See that? It looks like a beam of light, but it's like a spiral going down from this swan, from this star system, down into the Earth. And apparently it's going down deep. These rays are thought to have acted as a catalyst to human evolution. Duh. Isn't everything happening a catalyst? Ancient shamanic people revered these stars, and Ellen was their goddess of shamanic flight. On the ground, she wore the antlers, as did the female reindeer. She was the matron of the trackways as migratory people followed the reindeer, laying down the tracks and roads in Ireland, Britain, and Europe. The female reindeer was strong, kept her antlers through the year, and led the herd. Oh my God. So this is basically you stepping into your leadership role. Okay. So we're going to get to that. I want to clarify that. I don't want to read too much from the... Yeah, she's very closely connected to deer and swan. So if those speak to you, those could be very strong animal guides for you right now. Okay. Following the herd provided people with a varied seasonal diet that kept them naturally healthy. Beautiful. Cool. Even today, shamankas, which I believe are female shamans, right? From Glastonbury to Siberia, don the antlers in praise of Ellen. I'm not sure how she pronounces it. Elaine. Okay. So I'm going to put that away because I don't like to have that as a crutch. But so far, we have a beautiful story unfolding. So yes, you have been feeling better. Yay. You finished a huge integration of something, some new breakthrough, okay? In the recent, sometime in April, May, you broke through something big and you have been reaping the rewards of it. Yay, we get to. That's awesome. But because you're super smart, Taurus, you know that this journey is all about the ebb and flow, right? The waves, like there is more coming, but it gets easier. We get better at it. We get to the point where we're like, let's go, universe. Let's go. Let's do this. Are we doing this or what? And you are going to be so much stronger this time around. You're ready. You're ready. In fact, this is more about preparing and getting ready to move on something really beautiful so that you can step into your leadership role on this planet. Okay. So I want to clarify this even more. I'm going to go ahead and pull out of the same deck, I think. So let's get some more expansion on this 46, this recent past, this lenticular dancing and dance your troubles away, this kind of sweet period of rejoicing and getting a little break, really, is what it has been, right? You got a little break. So let's get a clarification for that. So let's see. Oh, the goddess Machandi, rise to the occasion, number 51. Yeah. Look at that green dress. I'm not going to worry so much about the words. Look at the green dress, heart healing. Seriously, you went through a huge heart expansion and you got to really enjoy it for a little bit. Not that you don't get to enjoy it. I don't want you to think, oh God, I've been feeling good. Now that's going to end. That is not what I'm saying. Currently, I'm sure you're already feeling this. Currently, if not, that's fine. But currently, the current energies coming through are that you're ready. You're ready for the next step. You feel strong. You feel good. You feel powerful. You feel better than ever. And you are ready to go to the next level. Okay. So then this is just confirming that what you've been doing is huge heart expansion, huge, you've just been really expanding your soul in your heart space, raising your consciousness up into the heart. I mean, just so much. Like if you look, I know it kind of looks dark around her, but all I can see is that green dress, that heart expansion. It's just beautiful. And again, I do feel like too, even though he's up in the current, very divine masculine, very divine feminine. So here you were very much in creation, right? And there's two women showing up. Women are the stillness, the void. That's very divine feminine energy, okay? So you were really cultivating that and bringing that to the fore and really enjoying it, really feeling that unconditional love and compassion for your fellow human and for yourself ultimately, which is the most important thing. This is definitely very much screaming self-care. You've been engaging in a lot of self-care and it's paying off. because you are really standing in your sovereignty, in your divine feminine energy. And this is women and men, okay? The men need to cultivate that divine feminine as well. What deck was I using? Okay, let's get an expansion and clarification on this current energy for Taurus, please. Then the Grail King and the preparing to go. It's going to be good stuff. Okay. The Corn Goddess, gratitude, honor the sacred in every creation, number 49. Look at the colors on that. It's so pretty. So yeah, beautiful. I mean, that's corn. Whenever corn appears, maize, especially in native style decks, it speaks to abundance, lots of abundance coming in. So this tells me that you, during this period, really were able to stay in a place of gratitude more than ever before, possibly. Okay. You're really feeling grateful for this journey, which is, trust me, I know it's kind of hard to stay in that energy. But because of that, because of the gratitude that you've been able to maintain, abundance is flowing right now. So you may not be seeing it yet, but this is something that I was talking to my soul sisters with earlier today is don't think of abundance as coming. Abundance is never coming. Abundance is here. Abundance is here. It's not out there somewhere and you're like, where are you? Let's go, abundance. I'm waiting for you to come to me. It's not out there somewhere. It's here. Okay. It is within you always. You just have to uncover it and you just have to trust that it's there. So that is what's going on currently, is you are cultivating a deeper sense of gratitude, a deeper sense of trust in the universe, that everything is fine, that everything is plugging along just exactly the way it's supposed to be. You are exactly where you're supposed to be and who you're supposed to be right now. And so that is going to really open up more abundance for you. I'm not just talking about financial. Okay, abundance in soul family. Maybe you're going to have more soul family coming in. Abundance in, in your job. Maybe you'll get more recognition. Maybe not necessarily a promotion or a raise, but just more recognition and feel more part of the team. Maybe if you work like in a place that has that dynamic. But yeah, and look at this. I mean, the guides coming through, like just rooting for you. Like I saw right away, I heard guides coming through, just cheering for you, saying, good job, like way to go. So yeah, abundance is coming. So let's get, abundance is here. I do it too. See, we're so programmed, you guys, to keep everything at arm's length. And I have this big kind of spiel that I do about hope. And I am guilty. I say, I hope this, I hope that all the time. Hope is a trap. Okay. Don't turn me off yet. Hope, when we say, now remember how the law of attraction works. When you say, I don't have that and I wish I had that, then the law of attraction says that the universe will continue to give you things that you wish you had, or to give you that energy of wishing you had something. That's what I meant. So it's not going to give you the things because you're just wishing you had it. You're not allowing it to show up in your life. And so what hope does when you say, oh, I hope this happens, the universe is going to okay, well, I'm going to make sure that you continue to hope that happens. And you're never going to get it. So we have to flip the coin, the other side of the coin of hope, which I know has always been, oh, it's such a positive, beautiful thing. All these movies out there, really dissect these movies now that you're thinking of right now in your head, that you're like, oh, but that movie is so full of hope and it's just beautiful. Really dissect it and what the message is. Do they really want you to get what you're hoping for? Or is a lot of times the message, you are never going to get that. Be happy with what you have. Which I'm all about, being happy with what you have, being grateful for what you have. But that does not mean shutting down everything else. Oh, well, I'm happy with what I have. I don't need that. Of course you don't need it, but it's your birthright. You deserve it. So why not allow it to show up in your life? So hoping for something keeps you in the hoping and keeps you from receiving. That's my spiel on hope. So flip it to trust. If you find yourself saying, oh, I really hope that happens. I really hope I get a raise. I really hope. Instead say, I trust that I will either get a raise or something better will happen. I trust that I will meet more soul family, or something better will happen. And of course, we're always meeting soul family, so that's kind of a given, but it's a bad example. But all right, let's get a clarification card on this very near future with stepping into your leadership role. And this beautiful swan too. Like, what does a swan represent? Just like swans are so regal. I know I've encountered swans. I get it. They're mean. But if you don't, if just looking at them from afar, they're just ethereal. They're almost otherworldly beautiful with their long, curvy necks. And it's almost like they don't really belong here. They speak of beauty in the world that we've forgotten about, right? That the world really is so fucking beautiful and we don't see it anymore. Okay, so it's going to be you really opening up to that and being part of that. People are, and that too is going to be, people are going to start seeing you in a different light, in a heightened energy, a heightened frequency, because you will have broken through and up leveled, and you will be presenting yourself. You will be spreading your love in a higher frequency way, and you'll be just emanating this higher frequency, and they're going to start seeing you like that versus, it's going to be people like, oh, well, I always saw you as this. And now all of a sudden you're like, when did you get so magical? That's what you're going to, that's the energy that people will be shooting at you. Like, wow, why? I didn't know you were so awesome. That's what people are going to start saying, right? So yeah, let's get a clarification on that, please, in the near future. Okay. Crown yourself. Seriously, King Arthur's footprint. Crown yourself. You're the king. So you got two kings. You got the Grail King getting ready to go, and you literally got King Arthur. Okay, so yeah, and he is, dang. Crown yourself, 28, if that means anything to anybody. So it really goes well with this stepping into your leadership. You are stepping into, again, birthright, right? Like King Arthur, the whole point of the story was that he was the only one who could be the king. He was the only one who could pull the sword out of the stone, which, remember, the sword that he pulls out of the stone is not Excalibur. People get that confused, right? That's what he gets from the Lady in the Lake. But he was the prophesied king. And you have come here also to fulfill a prophecy that is your life, that is the contract and the script that you wrote for your life. Now, yeah, we have free will, right? And we take detours and we get derailed sometimes, but we have written all of these possibilities in to the script, I promise you. At some level, at the highest level where we're writing these lives, we know all the possible outcomes and hiccups and everything. And so, but this is about, and look at how he's just, the light is, he's just glowing. Like, this is you. Okay, so you may be a little hesitant, because remember I said her face is kind of like, are you coming, or you're like standing there, you're not moving? Because she's watching you here where you are now. You're preparing to move, and take all the time you need. I cannot stress that enough. Don't feel like, here's the thing. If you were meant to move yesterday on something, you would have. You would have. You can't screw this up. Okay, they're not going to let us screw it up. If you were meant to leave a relationship yesterday, then you would have. Okay? If you were meant to be somewhere else right now, you would be. So just remember, it's okay to ease into it. She's just kind of patiently waiting. She's waiting for you to be ready. And she's not going anywhere until you're ready. And then you're going to really step into your power and your leadership. King Arthur, seriously, isn't he like always in the top 5 when people think of just like epic? Yes, I know a lot of people think that he wasn't real. I personally believe he was. There's so much proof out there, so much evidence that he really existed. Okay, but he existed kind of on another plane. It was almost like it wasn't even Earth, and it may have been even before the veil was created. Like, it was much longer ago, I think, is the problem than what we think. We want to try and fit it somewhere into the Renaissance Baroque period, and I think it was long time ago. Okay. But anyway, he's just glowing. He is, it's divine masculine. It's action, right? Like, that's what he's preparing to do, is act on all of this beautiful divine feminine energy that he's been cultivating, that you have been cultivating, but keeping the gratitude, which is a feminine energy, right? Because it's a stillness. It's a void. It's a trusting. That's feminine. Okay, so there's a balance going on here. I love this. So you were, right? This is the story, right? Two beautiful women. You were cultivating divine feminine. And then now you're getting ready to act, but you're keeping the feminine strong, right? Keeping the feminine strong. And even up here, very balanced. The feminine energy is kind of not on pause, but it's balanced now. So she's like, okay, well, I don't need to, I'm just going to kind of hang out and wait for you to move because we've done the creation that we need for this next step. It's completed. Okay. So now it's time to really step into the leadership. I love that. Okay. I'm going to put this deck away. Okay. I'm going to put this deck away for now because I'm going to get out this one now, this Art Through the Eyes of the Soul Oracle, her sister deck. Just a beautiful, the artwork, the lovely creator of these decks does the artwork. Each one of these is a full-size painting that she then, every single one of these, the full-size painting that she sells prints of, and it's amazing. And she lives part-time in Glastonbury. So if you look her up, she's an amazing, amazing woman. These decks are just gorgeous, and they're two of my favorite. And so let's just get a message from guides on the recent past. Let's get anything else that Taurus might need to know about the recent past. In Taurus's highest good, always and only. Ooh, Benedicta Vereditas, the blessed green. Holy cow. Like, look, you already got this green dress down here, right? In this recent past. Look at this. Totally green. Super green, as in fifth element, the blessed green. Guard and protect the sacred waters of life. This is very interesting. I have to tell you that Aries, which I did right before this one, or a while ago actually, but the last one that I did, also got a goddess that protects the waters of life. Isn't that interesting? So what are we doing right now? We are really learning to love and care for Gaia again. And Gaia is mostly water. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with this path. Green, right? Green really screams Gaia. Also the heart chakra. Well, Gaia is our mother. Gaia is all unconditional love and compassion. Gaia is green. Okay. Even though it's, okay, mostly water. That's blue. Although some water looks green. I don't know. Water's clear, remember. Water actually is colorless. But yeah, so that's another beautiful green. I just want to get, very contemplative, I definitely feel like the message coming through is everything you did here. Don't ever beat yourself up for taking a break, for maybe checking out. Maybe you feel like you're checking out, right? Maybe pulling away from your life and just being with yourself, and maybe even doing things that people are like, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. Like, why are you learning to play the drums now? You know what I mean? Like, why are you, learning this silly little thing? Like, why are you learning sign language? Like, why are you, they might think I feel like you're wasting your time. You were not wasting your time. What this beautiful lady is coming through saying is everything you did was for a bigger, higher purpose for your path. Okay. And it was beautiful and it was perfect, because I'm not super focused on the words, but just her like looking up to the heavens. Like, I know that everything that I did was exactly what I needed to do to get to the step where you're at now, where you're feeling stronger and you're getting ready to go. Okay, because it's going to be really awesome. So a lot of green, just nature. I mean, this is totally Gaia, right? She's totally out in nature. And then these two, they're so green. Fifth element, that works too for this message. Like, you are literally beginning to embody your soul more, your true power, your influence even, right, in this ascension, and your perfection, really. And that's what the fifth element was all about, right? Was this perfect being who came down to save humanity. Well, we know we're not, we're helping. We're not doing it. We're not the superheroes. We are definitely helping, kind of, we're the ground crew. But that was what the fifth element was a light worker, literally coming down to help get humanity. And really, the movie doesn't, it had more potential. It had potential that they didn't tap into, but it saved mankind so that they can just plug along and do what they've been doing for the last 5,000 years. There was no like great evolution. And so we've got that going for us that is happening thanks to us stepping into our power and taking breaks when we need and really tuning into our own body, learning who we are, cultivating that divine feminine, which is the creation phase. Again, women and men, guys, you have feminine energy as well. It's the creation, it's the conception, it's the compassion. Okay. That is all feminine energy. And sometimes we need to really kind of curl into ourselves and just tune into that. And it's okay to hermit, and it's okay to say no to everybody who wants you to come out maybe for the evening or whatever. Okay. So it's all right to take a break, and it's all right to hide, in a way. We don't want to think of it as hiding maybe, but just retreating. That's better. Like retreating within yourself. And because when you need to, okay, it's self-care to the nth degree. It's definitely self-care. All right, let's get a message from the guides for this current energy row where you're preparing while being in gratitude and keeping that divine feminine energy high. You are preparing to go. You're preparing to really bring in the divine masculine energy, to really act on what you've been creating and cultivating. So let's get a message from the guides on that for Taurus, please. Oh, goodness. Climb the spiral ladder one step at a time. Haven't I already been saying that baby steps are okay? I know that was in the near future, but this is the card that is going, the next card is this one, right? Where she's like, okay, I'm waiting patiently. No big deal. Well, this is like you reborn. Like this is literally, yes, you're preparing and you're stronger than ever. You feel renewed. You feel new. And you feel almost, I don't want to say childlike, even though this kind of does speak to like a childlike energy, like dancing under the clouds and dancing at the foot of the mountain and just being carefree. But it's more of a just kind of the next step, right? Like we talked about upticking every step of the ladder. So you had this beautiful breakthrough. I'm trying to put the story together for you, Taurus. You had this beautiful breakthrough, April or May timeframe. You integrated everything, and you've in the recent past been in this beautiful sweet spot of just kind of enjoying the new energies now that you've integrated it. And then you get to this beautiful preparation. And I do feel like this king, this strong king, with also the balanced divine feminine, you also need that childlike perspective, right? To come into, because we can't lose that. We can't lose this perspective of, again, it's where was that card about the beauty in the world? We can't lose that perspective. And it gets to be renewed every time we have a breakthrough, right? Is this childlike perspective. And there's also this beautiful guide kind of urging him on the up, keep going up, keep going up, keep going up. But again, it definitely speaks to baby steps and don't look down, right? Don't look down, because you can see all the steps behind him. He has no plans of looking down, right? Because he knows he's not going that way. That is all gone. That is all processed and healed, and he's just going to keep plugging along. And so this little boy, this inner child within you, is just tireless, like children are, right? And endless energy. And he's going to keep climbing up that ladder. He's going to keep climbing up those steps until you are ready to meet her at the base of the Tor, which is right up there. You're ready to meet her at the base of the Tor and really claim your path. Really claim your leadership role during this time on the planet, because you are a leader, Taurus. And if you're listening to me, Babylon, if you're listening to me ramble on, then you are definitely a light worker and a leader. You came here to light the way. Okay. You came here to guide people to the next level, because they couldn't have done it without us. They just couldn't have. It was kind of a do or die time here on the planet. And there was volunteers were needed, and we raised our hand. Like Hermione, I would say we're like the Hermione Grangers, like, oh. We're like, yes, pick us. We want to go. And then we get here and we're like, what the hell is this? So it's, yeah, we didn't know what we were getting into, did we? We did on a higher level, but we didn't. All right, let me get a clarification for this very near future. And the card jumped. I don't know if I want that or not. No. Okay. The card jumped, but we're going to get a message from the guides for the near future. And this is, again, end of June going into July. It's not very long from now, just a few weeks away. You're going to work through all of this in the next few weeks, okay, if you haven't already begun it. All right, Taurus. So let's see, what do the guides have for you, Taurus, for the near future? Anything else that Taurus needs to know in their highest good, always and only? A new door is opening. Step over the threshold. Oh my God. Like, seriously. There's another bird. Like, I love this. So these birds, there's a bird there. And there's another bird. And then you've got the wolf and you've got the deer and the swan. Okay, so all these animals coming through that want to help guide you. Definitely you might start seeing these animals. It'll be synchronicity, right? If you see all of a sudden female deer, horned deer. I don't know. Does that even exist anymore? But yeah, look at that. It's a hawk, I believe, right? Or a falcon. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. It's a raptor. It's a bird of prey. And it is her guide. Okay, it is a very strong spirit guide. But the words, I love the words. Like, she's very sure of herself too. I like her energy because she's like, I know what I'm doing. I know exactly who I am. I know who my guides are. I know what I'm doing here, and I'm going to go do it. And nobody will stop me. Like, she's very steadfast, don't you think? So a new door is opening. Step over the threshold. And I feel like this is what's waiting for you on the other side. Like, this is energy. If you think of this as energy and not necessarily this person, this lovely redhead, unless that's what you want, a lovely redhead on the other side of the door. But this energy is waiting for you on the other side. This kind of next level of guides and this next level of just surety and confidence and a knowing and a trusting that where you're going is exactly where you're supposed to be going. And it's going to be all worth it. All this struggle and all this suffering and all this work, this hard work you've been doing is going to be worth it. Because there's no going back. All right. No going back. All right. So that is a beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So that's now. We're going to take this beautiful deck, Messenger Oracle. We're going to get a message because you had a lot of animals come through. I feel like there's some more messages from animal guides. This is a beautiful deck with a lot of different animals in it. Let's get one final message from your animal guides, your spirit guides, and of the animal kingdom for Taurus, please. Anything that Taurus needs to know to wrap up this beautiful message for June 2021. Let's get a final message. I just love the story that unfolded for you, Taurus. It's just beautiful. You got a lot of good stuff coming. See the signs. Oh, I love this card. See the signs. It's number 38. I feel like you got that number. Let me just look. I'm curious. You did not. 28. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Okay. So look at all these animals. There's a lion, a white lion, which is gorgeous. There's a black wolf. This speaks of, it can be duality. For you, it's coming through as balancing the light and the dark, right? Because that's what you've been working on really hard. I feel like you're I feel like you're better at it than you think you are. I was going to say you're naturals at it, but then I immediately got like the Taurus energy going, this is really hard. Whiner babies. And so was that you or that last? It might have been Aries that I was talking about. No whiner babies. Stop whining. That was Aries. Don't worry about that. And then you've got this beautiful dove. You've got a yellow butterfly. You've got a white dragon. White dragons are amazing, guys. There's a purple butterfly. What else? You've got this antlered, this beautiful tree kind of god with antlers wearing a crown. I mean, how many royal? You got two kings. And then this coming through with all, and the lion, hello, the king of the jungle. I mean, you've got so much leadership energy coming through Taurus in June. You really are going to be stepping into it more and more. Okay. You've been working. Oh my gosh, this spring, maybe has not been a picnic for you. But I know that you're feeling better, even just a little bit. And if you feel like you're still, that you're not ready for maybe this step where you're feeling stronger and you're feeling like you're starting to prepare to go, then you're going to have a longer period of being able to sit in this sweet spot. We get to have some time. Okay, it doesn't always seem that way. I get it. But we do get to have some time to feel good in the new energy, to just feel positive, to just have kind of a new outlook on life. During the periods where we're up leveling, there's always at least a little bit, and sometimes it's too quick and we move too fast. But I did want to kind of, and the cosmic egg. I love that the cosmic egg is in here. I was talking about, I think it was Aries as well, about an Easter egg. We all have kind of these Easter eggs, that term from video games, from old video games. Well, they put them in new ones too, I guess, but they're like hidden treasures that aren't necessarily part of the game, but give you a whole different kind of thing in the game. And they're called Easter eggs. And the cosmic egg, I don't know why it's coming through as an Easter egg. So this is coming through as kind of, there's going to be surprises coming. It's going to be really exciting for you in the near future. I'm seeing even past June, like into July and even into August and even into September, you're going to be presented with opportunities that you never thought would be possible for you, like not even in your wheelhouse type stuff. And you're going to realize that, hey, I could do these things. I could do these things because guess what? You're fucking king. Okay. It is your birthright to claim these things. Okay. And remember, it's not out there somewhere coming to you. It's all in here. You're just expanding it. You're just getting shit out of the way so you can expand it. Okay. So I love this as a final card. I am going to look at the bottom of the deck. I'm kind of nervous about it, but so yeah, get a good look at that. Just so much strong leadership and just balance, right? Like, again, this could be dark and light, duality, whatever. I definitely feel not that this, and the feminine energy is the void. We are the chalice, right? And the masculine energy is this represented by this beautiful lion. So it's coming through as balance. You're doing a great job balancing feminine and masculine. You're doing a great job. And I know Taurus, inherently masculine energy, maybe it's not been so easy for you to cultivate that feminine energy. Men and women who have a lot of Taurus in their charts. Okay. So I do feel like you're really getting it. And you've got a lot of help along the way, right? So let's see. Oh my gosh, 22, seriously, beautiful number. 22 is embodying your highest self. It can also be divine union. For some of you, that may be coming in the near future, a divine union, a divine partner. If you already have one, then just cultivating a deeper relationship with that divine partner, okay? But I do feel like, and it says let go of the old, which I feel like is getting easier and easier for you as you go. You'd be like, okay, I don't need that anymore. It's almost like you can see it now very concretely, black and white. And look how this, okay, so it's dark over here. This side of the card, right side of the card for me, when I read intuitively, right side of the card, and I don't know if it's backwards for you, but for me, this is the right side of the card, is the past, okay? And left side is the future. And look at how past maybe seems a little dark, but look where you're going. Into the bright, sunshiny yellow light, okay? And look, he's even looking that way, this beautiful peacock is even looking that direction because he's not going this way. We're not going back this way anymore. We're always going toward the light, okay? Always heading that direction. So that is your reading for June 2021. I feel like it was maybe slightly disjointed, but I think I got the messages out. I do feel like Taurus, you are famously one of the hardest to read. I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, Taurus, bull, stubborn, armor, wall, right? Taurus is one of the hardest to read for me personally. Not that I can't. I do think I cracked through, right? I got through. But so sometimes it takes me a bit to really get in and really get and I like my readings to be a story. That's just my natural flow. And so sometimes I can try to force it. And so I have to kind of, my guides are always in there reminding me, just let the sit back and let the movie play. But I think we got a beautiful story going here. And so wherever you feel like you're sitting in this story right now, just know that this is what's coming. New opportunities, new beautiful opportunities that you can't even fathom right now. Okay, depending on where you're at. And this is all for June, going into early July. This is all going to unfold for you. Okay. So enjoy. I hope this helped. I hope this gave you some nuggets of wisdom to work with. Again, card readings are never kind of a death sentence, a doom sentence, a certainty, right? It just gives you guidance and messages and ideas of what's coming on how to navigate through some things. Okay. So just know that you have got this. Like, this is where you are right now. For most of you, I do feel like this is where you are just really, you're pulling in all your strength. You're calling in all your guides to be closer to you. And again, I'm totally seeing that the guides are coming through in a bigger way than ever before to really give you the strength that you need for these next steps. And not because they're going to be awful, but because they're going to be huge and really, really good. Okay. So I don't want you to be, everything that I'm seeing is just great stuff. Okay, Taurus. So hang in there. If it seems like it's impossible, then take a break. It's okay to check out every once in a while just to reassess. Sometimes sometimes we're trying to force something to happen that is just not meant for us. Okay. So just try to let it unfold. Go with the flow, ride the waves, let your guides carry you. Just let it unfold in front of you. Okay. And you'll be fine. You'll be great. As a matter of fact, you came here to lead. No nonsense, Taurus. You came here to claim your crown and be a beacon for humanity to follow suit. Okay. You're not a superhero, but you definitely are a leader. Okay. So when you really can open up to that and say, hell yes to that, right? Then your life is going to take off in directions you never thought possible. I promise. Okay. So again, I love you, Taurus, so much. My eldest child is a Taurus, and he is fabulous. And he is coming into his own as well. And I'm excited for him for June, seeing all this. And so, yeah, just keep on keeping on, Taurus. You're doing it. You're doing a great job. I'm so proud of you. And I cannot wait to see you on the other side of this, because I'm a Capricorn sun. Capricorns are also, very strong leaders. And so I definitely feel like we're going to be on this journey together. So let's do this shit. Let's do this. Let's bring it home. All right. Thank you so much for listening, for watching. I love you all, and I will see you next time for July.